Hey, this is John Young here with the Disc Jockey News. Today we're looking at this is an alto speaker here. If you watched my video earlier today, I talked about an accident that happened and cost me some money this past weekend. In front of me is the Alto Pro. This is the TS308, which is an 8-inch two-way speaker. I've been playing with these a little bit, and just a really kind of a neat little cabinet, small, lightweight, and just a nice sound and a lot of power from an 8-inch cabinet. I've been very happy with that. Well, this past weekend, I mentioned that I had made a mistake, and it cost me some money. Well, what happened is, and if you saw the thumbnail, you'll see right in the corner here, right there, I have a boo-boo. What happened is I was getting set up and such for the wedding, and I basically knocked this over. It landed on the corner right here on the dance floor, and now all it's making is some weird sounds and such. It's like all I'm hearing is like highs and clicking and whatever. So it's basically shot. Now, how this happens? Sometimes things happen at your events that are to a point semi out of your control. And yes, it might be something within your control, but it's something that if you're going to sit there and dwell on it, in this case, I'm going to put this as it was out of my control. I put the speaker up on its tripod. I had the two of these and the subwoofer on the table, the two of these on a tripod, and I had set this up off to the side of the dance floor. Tripod legs were out of the way of all the guests and such, so there was no problem with that whatsoever. I was going to step around the tripod to go and adjust the gain on the back and get things all set up and such. And what I ended up doing was, well, let me back up to 2016. A lot of you might remember in 2016 I was having issues with torn retina in my eye. One of my eyes, my right eye is really good, my left eye has issues, and so I don't have depth perception quite as well. Combine that with being a little bit older, where I have bifocals, well, actually progressive lenses, but they're magnifying on the bottom. So down here, as I'm looking and such, things are distorted. My depth perception is off now because of my 2016 things. Combine that with trying to step around a tripod to get to the back of the speaker. I didn't clear the tripod. I ended up catching it, tipping it over, and because these are lighter weight speakers, they didn't have the ability to take a bump. The unit went over, landed with the corner on the dance floor on a hardwood floor, bang, that was the end of the speaker. So the speaker's basically shot. Unfortunately, that cost me, about $230, give or take. $250 is kind of a number with taxes and such. And that happened this past weekend. So it's one of those situations that, because of physical things, age and what have you, yes, I probably could have not kicked it, but unfortunately that happened. And it wasn't something that was being me careless or anything to that effect. It was just part of, unfortunately, the aging process. It sucks, and I wish it wouldn't have happened because it cost me $250, but the thing is, I'm not going to dwell on it. And this is something, as we are going through our career or businesses or our family lives, is that we could dwell on things like this and just let it eat us up, or we basically come to the point where we say, hey, you know what, this stuff happens. You remember back in the 80s when they had that thing that, that whatever happens? Yeah, this kind of stuff, unfortunately, happens. We can let it eat us up, or we can basically shrug it off and say, you know what, it cost me some money. It sucks, but I'm going to just move on, and we're not going to dwell on this. So what I'm going to do in the next video is I'm going to take this thing apart, and we're going to see what we think is wrong with this, and maybe we get really, really lucky and we can fix it. Yeah, right, like I'm that techie. But we're going to take it apart, and we may have 25 different pieces laying out here in a few minutes, and that will be in the next video you guys can check out. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News. Thanks for watching.